Hey guys, welcome back to the BuzWeaver channel. And in our top stories today, actually a story that broke on Friday, which was going to break on Friday because of the significance of the news. Archived, of course, because it is the Washington Post behind a paywall. Appeals court upholds Texas law regulating social media moderation. The Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals on Friday upheld a controversial Texas social media law that bars companies from removing posts based on a person's political ideology, overturning a lower court's decision to block the law and likely setting up a Supreme Court showdown over the future of online speech. The ruling could have wide-ranging effects on the future of tech regulation, giving fresh ammunition to conservative politicians who have alleged that major tech companies are silencing their political speech. Well, there isn't anything alleged about it. Of course, it has to be written that way because, interestingly enough, the Washington Post is a publisher and not a platform. And this goes back to Section 230 that we have talked about here on the channel quite a few times, the Communications Decency Act that passed in 1996. In simple terms, it protects platforms from third-party posting and activity on their platforms that could lead to a lawsuit. So platforms are protected from users, members of the platforms, like Facebook or YouTube, Instagram, and such. Back in the day, should someone, just a regular person, post something derogatory, defamatory, and so forth. But it's really up to these platforms also to regulate themselves when it comes to legal issues to ensure that they're not providing illegal abilities on these platforms. In other words, they have to protect their platform from certain levels of content that would be illegal. So that's kind of their responsibility. But when it comes to Section 230, it protects them from what people may be posting. In other words, if someone posts something slanderous or defamation, they can't be held responsible. But they also edit and control what's on there, which would then make them a publisher and not a platform. So they've had it kind of both ways. And we already know that it is happening, despite the fact of the word usage of alleged. Former Facebook worker, we routinely suppress conservative news. This is nothing new. This goes all the way back to 2016, during the time that President Trump was campaigning for the election in November of that particular year, which is quite fascinating, is it not? And then, of course, the most recent news from the Mercury News that we also covered, ex-Twitter executive blows the whistle, alleging reckless and negligent cybersecurity policies. In other words, misinformation and disinformation and manipulation based upon what the establishment sends them out as part of the narrative. They work together as a collective, as a hive mind, working together to ensure that everyone is on the same messaging, disguised under the auspice that, of course, they are protecting others and themselves under Section 230, among other ways, to protect themselves. And unfortunately, there are groups of people that are suffering because of it. In particular, your friend here speaking to you from the BuzWeaver channel, we are often hit with limited ads on our videos, and it's understandable. Now, I would have to say YouTube, Instagram, Facebook platforms, they want people on their platforms engaged and posting and, obviously using their content. But it is the outrage mob, it is the woke cancel culture out there that will attack them if they see anything that they don't like, that's offensive to them. So if an ad runs on my videos when I'm doing a video like this today and they don't like it, then they will go after YouTube. And YouTube is terrified. They're terrified of the media highlighting them in a negative light. And then, of course, cancel culture, wokeness, and outrage mobs, which this needs to end. This absurdity just needs to end. And, of course, all of the heat and attention that Elon Musk was getting because he wanted to purchase Twitter and suggested he would allow free speech there. But, of course, when you control a narrative, when you control a language, when you've hijacked culture, you want to maintain that control. Or you tell people that there's a threat to democracy, because if you don't vote Democrat, ladies and gentlemen, you are a threat to democracy. And that's what I had for you guys today in the top stories on this Monday. Thank you so much for the continued support for all of you across the board here on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, Odyssey, and DTube. You guys have been amazing. And I will see you guys in the next video, and appearing there for those of you on YouTube, that would be the channel icon that you can click on to subscribe, as well as notifications. We'll get into more details about shorts if you guys are checking those out here on the channel soon. And I will see you guys in the next video.